Friends, in this section we will cover Business Process Model and Notation 2.0. Let us learn what is BPMN. BPMN stands for Business Process Model Notation. The current version of BPMN is 2.0. BPMN is utilized to model business processes, or in simple words you can say BPMN is utilized to prepare visuals of business processes. These visuals can be utilized by various stakeholders of the business process. So say for example the client, the business analyst himself, the end users of the business process, and process developers and process designers. Why should I learn BPMN? This is a question which has been asked to me time and again by both expert business analysts and also those individuals who aspire to become IT business analysts. I will answer this question right now. You see, business process model and notation has today become de facto standard for process modeling. There were other process modeling techniques used as well, including flowcharting and including activities model in UML. Business process model and notation is very much detailed compared to them. So it has got a very rich notation and it is also able to address all the stakeholders on the project, including non-technical stakeholders. As a business analyst on the project, when you are capturing requirements of individual processes, you can prepare BPMN models. These BPMN models or BPMN visuals will form the part of your requirements document. They will be utilized by all the stakeholders of the project, including your client and including the development team. There is yet another reason to learn BPMN. Business analysts with BPMN skills are very much in demand. You can just have a look at this job search which I made today itself. History of BPMN. BPMN was pioneered by BPMI, that is Business Process Management Institute. Now BPMI is part of OMG or Object Management Group, which is a not-for-profit industry body for IT industry. OMG is an influential body. Several business process model tool vendors today agree to use standard business process model notations. This is a very important aspect. So if you are aware and if you have expertise in the BPMN notations and BPMN method, then irrespective of the software tool, you can be a master of the same. In 2006, BPMN was adopted as an OMG standard. Have a look at this simple BPMN visual. As an IT business analyst on the job, you have to capture many simple processes like this and many more complicated processes. Through BPMN, this is possible with ease and with perfection. If you look at this visual, you can see this visual comprises of many notations. For example, a circle with thick outline, a rounded rectangle, a diamond, and arrows. All this form part of the standard BPMN notation, which you will learn in the following slides. Friends, please concentrate on this visual. This visual captures insurance claim process, and this visual has been prepared following the BPMN standards. You will agree with me that this visual is slightly more complicated than the visual which you have seen earlier. In this visual, the IT business analyst has captured the insurance claim process. You can see various steps of the insurance claim process like review of claim request, record of claim information, validation of claims document, analysis of claims, and then leading to claims rejection or claims acceptance happen here. So as an IT business analyst on the project, you can capture your process in detail following the BPMN standard. Friends, Without doubt, you will agree with me that the earlier visual which you have seen cannot be prepared without the help of a tool or a software. There are several popular BPMN tools and softwares available in the market through which you can prepare BPMN diagrams and capture your business processes. Here I share with you a report from Gartner, which is known as Gartner Magic Quadrant Report for BPM 2014. Gartner has classified various BPMN tools and software vendors into leaders, visionaries, challengers, and niche players. So, if you focus on this visual, you can see Pegasystems, Appian, and IBM have been classified as the leaders. Oracle, TIBCO Software, and Software AG have been classified as the visionaries. So, the softwares listed here are some of the important BPMN tools and softwares. Before I take you to standard business process model notations, allow me to focus on the word notation. A notation is a standard visual symbol or sign. For the fact that it is a visual symbol or sign, many people can understand and remember it easily. And for the fact that it is standard, there is lesser scope for ambiguous interpretation for the same. In our day-to-day lives, as you can see, we encounter many notations. Now we are ready to learn BPMN notations and BPMN modeling. Let's visually model a process. Any process which you may encounter, you will agree that it will have a start, it will have an end, and it can even have some intermediate waiting point. We call these as events in BPMN, and the notations or the symbols for the same are the following. For the start event, we have a circle with a thin outline. For the end event, we have a circle with a thick outline. For intermediate event, we represent it by a circle with two close concentric outlines. So every process which you will model will have a start event and also an end event. This you can identify in the visual below. Please take note that the process mentioned here does not have an intermediate event. So far we have learned that a process to be modeled in BPMN has got a start event and an end event. We know that a process can have one or more steps. In BPMN, we call these steps as activities. Notation of an activity is a rounded rectangle. In BPMN, activities are classified into three types: task, a looped task, and a sub-process. A task cannot be broken further. Loop tasks are those activities which are performed more than once in a loop. Sub-process can be expanded as yet another process. You can see here that the notation for a task, looped task, and sub-process are similar, except for the fact that for the looped task there is an additional loop-like arrow in the bottom center, and for the sub-process there is an additional plus sign at the bottom center of the rounded rectangle. Now for this simple underwriting process, let us identify the activities in the BPMN visual shown. Here you will agree with me that activities shown in the BPMN visual are 5. If you have also calculated the same, I congratulate you for the fact that 95% plus participants provide the right answers for the total number of activities, and they are also able to decipher that the number of tasks are 5, loop tasks 0, and sub-process 0 in this visual. Oops! Some of the participants to this video have rightly pointed out that the activities which we see here in the visual have a further detail on the top left hand corner. What is that? we have not covered them so far. You see, this is the further description to the notation of the activity. So there is something like a gear, which is what we call as a service task. There is something like an envelope, which we call it as a message task. There is something like an individual, which is shown here. So that means that the task is carried out by a human. So it is as easy as this. And congratulations! Now you are getting deep into BPMN notations. So the processes have a start, they have an end, and several intermediate steps. Many of these steps may involve decisions. In BPMN, the terminology for decisions is a gateway, and the notation for the same is a diamond. This is a simple example of a gateway where a decision is involved within a process. Consider a cash deposit process in a bank. There can be three scenarios. The deposit is being made in the local currency of the country, and that deposit is less than or equal to $10,000. So that is termed as a standard deposit. If the amount is greater than $10,000, it is being categorized as a large deposit, and the process for the same is being followed. And if the denomination of the currency is not that of the host currency, then it is termed as a foreign deposit. This BPMN visual captures all the three scenarios and the use of the gateway notation. Up till now, we have learned about activities, events, and gateways in a BPMN model. Activities are shown by rounded rectangles, events by a circle, and a gateway by a diamond. Activities, events, and gateways are what are called as flow objects in BPMN. We can see in the above BPMN visual and in the earlier visual that activities, events, and gateways are connected by arrows. This arrow is called the sequence flow. A sequence flow in BPMN connects activities, events, and gateways. Sometimes we may like to enrich our BPMN visual with some additional text. This additional text can be shown in the diagram with the help of an open bracket. This open bracket is called as text annotation. Text annotation is connected with other BPMN elements through a dotted line. This dotted line is known as association. In BPMN, we can group similar activities of a process. Similar activities of a process in BPMN can be grouped together by a rectangle which has got a dotted line. This is the notation of a group. Sequence flow and association are notations which are part of BPMN element known as connecting object. Group and text annotation are part of BPMN element which is known as artifact. Swim lanes. Let us learn about another BPMN element which is called as a swim lane. Here I share with you another BPMN visual which shows process of a patient seeking appointment from the doctor's clinic. So the patient seeks the appointment from the receptionist, and after that he visits the doctor and receives the prescription. So the process being followed by the patient and the process being followed by the receptionist and doctor is being shown in two different lanes. The two lanes put together are known as a pool. In BPMN, these are what we known as a lane and a pool. Allow me to summarize BPMN elements now. We have learnt about flow objects. There are three flow objects: activities, events, and gateways. We have learnt about data. There are four kinds of data objects: data input, data output, data store, and data object. We have learned about connecting objects. They are sequence flow, message flow, association, and data association. There are two kinds of swim lanes: lanes and pools. Two types of artifacts: group and text annotation. This section has introduced to you what we call as BPMN. Indeed, It is a very important area of knowledge and application for IT business analysts. Having gone through this video, it is now time to receive a personal thank you from your friend and trainer Vijay Shukla.